Huh? Can you learn how to press buttons, please, sir? Could you press the buttons? I haven't spoken today beyond acknowledging a family member had to go to hospital, and I've just said, all right. But now I've spoken, I sound weird. I think I sound like I'm still recovering from Friday. I'm glad it was Friday, though, because a lot of these nights have been Saturday. And so you just get that Sunday to die. But yesterday was just a day of travel and walking with the worst hangover in the world. And so today's sort of the first human day, I think. Cheers for coffee. Yeah. Let me plug my motherfucking USB shit in. Plug it in, Carl. No, I can't. I've fucked up. I've got no contact lenses in. They're here. I've got USB slots in the wrong pockets. I fucking got to use the trackpad, but there we go. Morning, Dick. It could be morning, Dick, or it could be morning, Dick. For me, it's like 1:35, but I've literally just showered. It's been a slug, guys. It's been an absolute slug. I think I'm slightly less dead today, but that's not going to get much better. When was it then? Friday, went out for my very good friend Dave Jeffrey's birthday, a comic from Bristol, and we started early. I didn't eat anything. We started at 4 p.m. A lot of it's a blur, but I know terrible things were done. And one of the party that was out was a policeman, and he'd just joined the police force. And I turned to him and said, "You need to keep your fucking mouth shut because you can see some stuff tonight, and it's not going anywhere else." And he was a good boy. He was a very good boy. In fact, various members of that group committed several crimes in front of him that night, and he kept his mouth shut, and he's a good boy. So shout out to our rogue agent I'm not even going to say which area he lives in, but fun was had by all, let's put it that way. And bed happened at 6 a.m, I think, and I woke up at midday, which is quite a long sleep for one of those days. I woke up in George Willoughby's flat. You might see him on here again soon. And yeah, it was a long night of just chatting bullshit, after parties, and whatever else went down. But now we're a day and a half later, and I think I'm starting to just about emerge from my pit. So at least I'll be fresh tomorrow. I think I'll sort myself out. I'll be fresh tomorrow. And where are we now? How many days till I move? 19 days till I move to Manchester. And I'm thinking of doing one of those things where just changing many things at once in my life, just changing 10 things. So yeah, batch cooking. I'm going to become a batch cooker. Also, this is on Inside Out, guys. All right, it's on Inside Out, and it's fucking staying that way. I wonder where the badge went. You fucking mother. Let's get these lenses in. Let's do this. Looking forward to a bit of Brock today. I missed his stream the other day when he did Brock Obama, the Drone King, smoking cigarettes and fingering girls in his White House bowling alley. But let's put these on. Let's do it here. Oh, hey, you can see in that eye. So if I was a hot 17-year-old girl, if I just did this would be it, wouldn't it? Be all I need to do. There you go. Now you can see how I put my contact lenses in, and I can see, which is nice. I insult you decide. Absolutely. I caught a bit of a Chad Shank stream yesterday on Modern Warfare 2. I have that Amsterdam level is so good. There are YouTube videos. Maybe I'll post a link later. There's YouTube videos of side by side or flicking back and forth. And I don't need this in right now. And I got to tell you, yeah, I love the detail in that level. I was supposed to be in Amsterdam in 6 days, but I just cancelled everything really because I'm moving. But I will head out there in the next. I don't like going when it's fucking freezing because it does get cold. Because it's so, the Netherlands is so flat, and you just got like the English Channel, right? Oh, there's rain there, and the wind just comes off that motherfucker in winter, and it's cold. So I'm probably gonna have to wait a few months, maybe spring. No, I've got several trips. Might have to be summer at this point, which is a long time to go because I've been meaning to go there for like 3 years ago. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did mushrooms in and around the area where the Call of Duty level happens. Because the first time I did shrooms, I didn't know what I was doing, and I just brought a box. And I just walked around Amsterdam, and I had about 8 lattes and just ate a chunk of mushroom on every bridge all the way up the canal for hours and hours and hours, and nothing happened. Nothing happened, and it all and drinking 8 cups of coffee as well. It all hit me at once. In a hostel bar, and it was a bad time. It was a very, very bad. I did not enjoy it. The reality collapsed. I was having not just suicidal thoughts, but like I was telling myself to jump out the window from like a 3rd floor room constantly, like jump out the window, can't jump out the window, need to jump out the window, can't jump, for hours and hours and hours and hours. And just seeing the walls wherever I was just go whoa, whoa, just like all of reality was melting. It was a bad time, and that's, you can't OD on mushrooms physically, I guess, but that's taking too much. That's taking way too much for your first time. So that was maybe not first time, but that was the first time it really hit me. So that's what it reminded me of. Was that I've done mushrooms on that bridge. What a day that was! I'll never forget it. Yeah, and the second time was thoughts and voices, and I asked the mushrooms questions and got answers and made big life decisions based on those answers. And the third time I backed out. The third time more recently, I backed out because I had anxiety from a hangover, and I started to take a few, and I was like, I don't want it because I knew it would be a bad time. So I gave them away to some American tourist in some place in East Amsterdam. There we go. Yeah, I've not done them that regularly, but I do love them, and I went right before COVID. Right, I did Amsterdam, Berlin, and Brussels. I'm moving around a little bit, and I intended to, because it was so cold in Berlin as well. I wanted to more or less do the same trip again. It was so cheap. Like the whole travel cost me like $200. It was so cheap, so cold that I thought, fuck, I want to come back in the summer. So summer 2020 was my aim, and then COVID happened. So happened. So that was it. And then last year the restrictions didn't come out till October, and I went to Finland. We're already well into this year. Obviously, I spent 102 days in Brazil, so it keeps getting pushed back. But it's literally a 45-minute flight for me as well. It's 45 minutes from London. We literally take off, basically bank to the right, a little bit of ocean, and then you land at Schiphol. So I've got no excuse really. But yeah, I was supposed to go next week, but I'm gonna have to let a friend down on that. But we'll see. My pal going 4 strains of them simultaneously, has like 10 ounces of them in his house. There we go. Helping him out. There we go. That's what it's about, isn't it? Yeah, I've paid for drugs once in about 5 years, and that was last summer. And I resented paying as well. I was like, but yeah, it's been a lot of gimmies recently. I've offered to pay as well. What can you do? People just want to give me stuff, I guess. But oh no, I'm kind of lying, because I would have brought the shrooms in Amsterdam. But yeah, in the UK it tends to be handouts, and it's not. I feel a bit rough today, I've got to say. I'm not going to go into details of what occurred on Friday, but lots of drinks and other things. And yeah, I think fun by all. I think funded by all. I have to slowly find all the wreckage of people that are now scattered around the UK from that night. Never been taken. Yeah, a bit. Certainly after that first time, but I did it with a friend the second time, and it was it's better when there's someone else there, and we were very careful and probably didn't take enough, but I liked where it went. And the third time though, I'd hit the beer hard the night before. I think I was at a comedy gig as well in Amsterdam, and the next day I get a bit of extra anxiety if I'm really hungover, and I think it just wasn't. I just knew that mentally it wasn't the correct decision to make that day. But I took a couple and sat by a canal. It's one of those things you don't know if anything's happening, and then I was like, you know what, I'm not doing it, because I had to get a train to Brussels later that day as well, and I didn't know whether I could take them across the border. It turns out I probably could have done, but I didn't. I just had no. I didn't know what it would be like. But yeah, that turned into more of an alcohol trip. That whole thing. And my favorite was Berlin, in a bar called Tarantino's, which was a Tarantino themed bar. People just smoking cigarettes inside, and I just stayed in there and got too drunk and slept on a Chinese girl on a flight. So there we go. Definitely told that story before. Yeah, it's tough when all that stuff's going. Oh, Grumpy Mama's in the house over on Twitch. How are you today, OGM? I hope you're doing well. I hope your stream's going well. I hope you jump in at some point. I never know when you go live on your Twitch, but I will. I'll jump in more when I see the notification going on. Yeah, Shank was playing MW2 last night. I'm gonna get it. I've got to get a gaming PC set up, but I might just buy a console quickly as well in the first instance when I move. So I do want to get that game, just because the locations look fun. To be honest, just want to run around Amsterdam and shoot people in the face. Sounds good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, I wasn't going to do anything today, and then I was laid in bed and I thought let's just do something here before Brock gets on. Conway's in the house. What's up, sir? Doing good. I'm slowly emerging from a very, very, very heavy night on Friday. It's still in my soul, but not my arsehole, because I had ghost pepper sauce with the pizza last night, and yeah, I'm paying for it. I think things are warm down there. Rings of fire, etc. Yeah, doing good, man. Just a quick. I've done too many of these recently. I need to stop being lazy and actually get people on the podcast. So I'll do that. I'll organise that soon. But on the 19th, which is only 13 days away, it should be Brett Erickson, Brett Brock, Jamie Dykes, George Willoughby might pop onto that for an hour as well. So we'll see. We had that conversation at 4 a.m. on Saturday morning. So we'll see what's going on. And George will be on as well. And of course, we'll probably try and do something with Shannon this week as well. But I just thought, yeah, I'll do a few of these. And then at some point, I'm going to do one Twitch stream, Twitch only. And the video will be up on YouTube like the next day or 2 days later. It'll be just Twitch once a week. And then the other one will be just YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all the other stuff. But then the Twitch video will appear on YouTube a little bit later, though. So I'm going to start doing that. Because at some point, if I get a few more followers, Twitch will. I can't multi-stream. Back to Doctor tomorrow for rest and a walk. Yeah, go and get that checked out. I hope all that's going well. I'm not going to say too much right now, but I had some news this morning. A very close family member had to go to hospital on Friday and had a weird situation. Wasn't getting medical help. So basically, it's in my bones to not get medical help for anything as well. And they should have done. And I think they got very lucky with the timing when they finally did go. But I've only found that out this morning. I'll go and see them later in the week. I don't know, probably take hours later, but it's just, it's a weird thing as well. Could have lost a leg, apparently, but it hasn't so far. So, and went to work the next day. So, welcome to my family. We just don't give a fuck. And then we die. of horrendous things. But yeah, I'm in my inside out Brazil shirt, just because I'm a fucking mess. But there we go. Yeah, got to take some advice there, OGM, haven't I? Yeah, but that's the plan. And when cause I think I can still stream from StreamYard initially, like just to Twitch, so I can use the platform and get people on and stuff. I'll have to set up Streamlabs and all that later on. I need to get a new PC, to be honest, which I might be getting soon. But my bills will go up a little bit briefly when I move up, but we'll see what's going on. 7 years, but VA pension increase if you aren't seeking treatment. Oh, okay, right. So they say if you're not using it, they'll put this up. There's only so much you can take, though, right? Yeah, 100%. Quadruple that month pension. There's only so much of it you can take, though, isn't there? You got to fucking. And I've seen it with so many family members with me that even though I still do avoid, like when I may or may not have fractured my skull in December, and I feel my arsehole's going to fall out, and I don't go to the doctor. And my back also, I went completely like this for 3 days a few years ago. I didn't seek any medical help. I phoned like the 111 not emergency line. I went, my back's like this, and they told me to go to an emergency doctor. And the emergency doctor told me to go fuck myself. And I'm like, ah. So I yelled at the receptionist at the doctor's, and I went fuck, and it straightened me up. So that was my cure. And then I popped the load. I didn't even take any painkillers 2 days. I'm retarded. I'm a retarded. But those, the head, the arse, and the back over the past 3 years, those three things together, and stuff happening now with some of my family members, I think the next thing that happened, I'm gonna get medical help, and I'll probably go and get an MOT at some point as well, like a full. I don't know what you call it in America when you get your car checked over. Basically, you have to get a certificate. Motor operational test or something. Basically, it probably means loads of stuff up my ass, and be a great time. I guess I should have a glass of wine first. It'd probably be nil by mouth. I need bigger coffee cups as well. I'm not getting enough here. But yeah, I'll be doing that at some point. But when I go to Manchester, I promise you, I'm going to make a lot of life changes immediately. The plans are swimming around there. But batch cooking is going to be one of them. There we go. Get it where you can. Get it where you can, I say. Yeah, good. Make them pay. Make them pay. You need to get something out of it, right? I mean, your neck and your back are vital structural facilitation devices, aren't they? So if they're not working, you should get them looked at. Having said that, I think what I've got is like the thing that made my back go. From Google, I'm figuring out that it's a compressed disc, and it's like because I've heard it before, like sort of since as well. Sorry, since, but not as bad. But I think it's just on the lower right side, and I think that it will probably go again. But the next time it happens, I'm going to pay for because obviously we've got free healthcare, but I can also pay for private MRIs and stuff very cheap as well. And I mean like £300, I can get an MRI. I'm sure it's more expensive in America, but I'm just going to pay for a private one. And they just use all the same doctors and facilities. It's just, I see a consultant, I pay for the MRI, and then I'll go back and see the same consultant with my paid for MRIs, which basically just puts me to the front of the queue. And then I'll get a physio and all that stuff. So I'll do it. If it happens again, I'll definitely get it looked at more properly. Yeah, maybe, yeah, on its way to that, I think. It was pretty gross because I literally, it was hurting for a couple of days. Basically, I was trying to move. It's one of the reasons why I ended up being totally depressed and stuck in that place. Because I was trying to move flats, and I took apart a load of furniture and was carrying around bits and bobs. And then I went out. I was doing weights, and I went out for some sprint training in a field. Believe it or not, like all in the same weekend. And I think it got to the Monday, and when I was just I think it went when I got off up the toilet. So it's like, you just live in your normal life. You get up and I went, and then I'm like, for 3 days, I was just walking. I was walking around like Harvey Weinstein arriving at rape court for 3 days, just like, oh, bit of pain. But I was in a lot because I would never even. I phoned the non-emergency line here, which is 111, and I would never have done it. But I was crying at like certain points, and I still didn't really get the fucking help I needed. Probably because I, wasn't pushing it enough. But oh, there we go. Yeah, so it's similar probably then. Yeah, that's good. Right. So they're still whacking you for that bill. It's so weird. It's so weird. I think it depends what you're getting it for, what part of the body, and how long they need to be scanning, as well. But yeah, I think for my back, between 300 and 400, I can get it. A couple of my friends run MRIs. They do like neuropsychology and stuff, and that they run those things. And one of them nearly, well, I think it was one of them or one of their friends nearly let someone in wearing a ring, and it can take your arm off and worse. But yeah, I've got a couple of friends that run MRIs for their experiments. I know they're pretty expensive to run because they have to pay from their research grants. They have to then pay the hospital, and they're going to whack them, aren't they? To, I guess, rent the time, the staff, and the machines. So they're probably quite a bit. There we go. That's what my friend paid for. My friend in Tucson paid that for her and a couple of kids, I think. So that was good. Yeah, I probably won't. I'll probably just do like half hour today. Just sort of pop in. Have one every 5 years. Let you know with the generation that. Good advice. Right, yeah, it's tough, isn't it? I didn't think about clothes actually, because I knew the obvious, like metal. Don't take lumps of metal in there. And I guess make sure they don't have like pacemakers and replaced hips on the parts that are going in there, right? Yeah, I think that's probably pretty standard, isn't it? Put some sort of scrubs, get in there. Put on a comedy show that went 7 seasons too long. That was good for a few years. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, we've got to take care of ourselves, I think, a little bit better. Me, specifically, I think. And then the dental stuff that I'm going to have to get done. Yeah, I think the next 5 years is going to be a lot of just little tweaking and fixing and checking. Yeah, I'll find out what's going on with this family member soon. I think I know, but partly their own fault as well. But it's still not good. Titanium screws and plates in my back were fine. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, sleep. I'm doing much better overall with sleep. Much better overall. Part of the reason why I got not that I've got it on now. Part of the reason why I got my watch was to track sleep. I'm doing much better with it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can fuck myself up really quickly on bad diets, and it's not great. But I know what I'm going to do when I move. I've got get back into the gym. Get back. I'm going to start doing yoga again a few times a week, as well. Run, and yeah, sort of 80% of my diet will be pretty clean. And then you got to have your treats, right? Yeah, but just keep going, keep exercising, because you can move. You can move. You can get fitter and fitter and stronger. Technically, into your 50s, 60s. It's only really the last few years where you're just really dying, albeit apart from injuries and illness and stuff as well. Yeah, got to stay positive. If you walk around negative all the time, right, the world appears negative. Sort of everything through that lens. There's Duncan Trussell was talking about something called pronoia. So if you're paranoid, you think the world's out to get you, but you can. Pronoia is where it's a mindset where you think the world's out to help you. So if you can put yourself into more of a pronoia mindset, it feels better. Not that I really can do that, but it's a nice thought. To an extent, yeah. To an extent, you got to keep a healthy dose of it. The other way could be too delusional, right? As well, I guess they're both delusional. But I think a little bit of this and a little bit of that at different times can be good. I'm fairly positive overall, really. I don't sound it, but yeah, I'm all right. I don't let a lot of stuff bother me because I'm always in my head anyway. I'm always going round and round in circles about life, the universe, and everything. My dreams are in the same way. I'm thinking about that more than anything else. Like events in the world, yeah, they can bother me, but not so much that I'm going to get overly upset about it or like shitting all over Twitter every day because it's too much energy for me. I'd rather do other stuff, even if it's knocking one out into a kitchen bin, straight into the kitchen bin. Yeah, so there we go. There's Sunday. I don't know what time Brock's coming on today. It's normally is it early in the morning? Normally, like 11 a.m. Himself regards to how the last day game finally decided to settle down in Manchester. Yeah, possibility. 3 hours. There we go. Yeah, I'll go and chill out and watch some sport in between, I think. And yeah, you need some hoe in there. You've got to have some hoe in there for sure. But now it's into like avocados and yoga. All right, there we go, boys. Boys, I don't know why I said that like that. Interesting times. What else is going on? Yeah, not too much. So yeah, 19 days for me. I've still got a sort of the logistics of the move. I've got some stuff in storage. I'm kind of too lazy to go and get it though, but I need some of it. I need my monitors. I'm really missing my 2 extra monitors and my mixer and mic stuff. But I am having a bit of anxiety about driving because the last time I took a van, I had an accident. It wasn't too bad, but I don't know. I'm a pussy, I guess, but I'll figure it out. I might just pay someone to drive, to be honest. I've got to get my code for the storage unit and all that stuff. It's like a fucking maze. I don't know. And I've got to give them a week's notice for some reason, even though I can come and go 24 hours. I guess I've got to give them a week's notice to end the rental. Maybe I can probably just go and get the stuff and then pay for an extra week. It's only like 25, 30 a week or something. Not too bad. But it's been in there since March. So yeah, it'd be nice to come and get some of that stuff out and then start setting up the space up there. I've got my shopping list of stuff to do, but yeah, I'll have my old setup back in terms of mic and mixer and because other lights I think are in there as well. And yeah, the external monitors are the big thing for me. I've just worked off a laptop for months now. I do a lot of stuff that I need multiple screens for, so it's just getting back into that, getting those set up again. So yeah. I got to go and probably catch up on some news about my family member. I think he's all right. But yeah, he's on meds for a week now. I think they got it in time. So it's cellulitis. It was, right, which can be very nothingy, but can also get deep in there and be a problem. And apparently, he did lose his leg. Nearly, I completely spoke wrong. Nearly lost his leg. So I'm going to go and find out what's going on with that. And yeah, maybe I'll update you guys later. But yeah, I'm going to go and watch some sports. I thought I'd come in and have some sort of vague hangover ramble. Kevin, go take care of yourself. Go and get your shots and your cash. OGM, I'll see you later. Conway, if you're still there, we'll see you later on. Get you back on the podcast soon, sir. Yeah, I'll look out because I'll probably put out something with Shannon or George later this week. Yeah, I need to do some admin. All right, and sort out a bunch of stuff. In the meantime, that's all right, Jim, no problem. But really, these ones are literally just a quick chill. I'll get back to getting guests on regularly this week. Yeah, no problem. I'll look out for your gaming streams as well. So OGM all the way, and I'll probably see most of you in Brett Brock's goddamn motherfucking Sunday drawer. Let's get on it. I'll see you guys later. Any final words? Here's the final words.